What's going on, guys? It's time to see who caught my eye and earned my money for the month of May. And we're going to just start off with Kickstarter. We have Brack Soul, aka Black Storm. Now, I backed this mainly because the creator Malcolm McFadden. I'm always willing to try cosmic type characters. It doesn't always pan out for me, but you never know what you're gonna find. So the ideas have always interested me, but a lot of times I don't know. It tends to get something overloaded. So we'll see how this one works out. So far, I like what Malcolm McFadden's doing with the rest of the 615 comics. So give this one a shot and see what happens. And then we have Faint #1, Lose a Finger, Lose Your Soul. Now, I typically find interest in media that deals with like things like heaven and hell and other mythologies and things like that. And I like to see where their creative perspectives take these things. So I wanted to check this one out, and from some of the preview pages that I took a look at during the campaign, it did remind me a little bit of the 415 series that I've covered in the past. So I am pretty interested in seeing what this one has to offer. And then we have Tales to Inspire. This is a 65-page superhero anthology comic. Now, I typically like these kind of things. You get an idea as to what certain creators want to do, and it gives them information as well. Now, I don't typically go through like an in-depth review. Those are a little bit harder for me to do, and that would lead to just a super duper long video that I simply don't have time for. But I can at least give my perspective on things. Last one I did, I said, okay, well, this is the story that is most intriguing to me. And so I do typically like these. One of the books in there was the Rebound book, which I've already backed, and gives me a little bit more to look forward to with that character, especially since I have yet to read the Rebound book as of right now. And then we have Worthy Chaos, Devastation #2. I have the first issue, and actually, I believe by this point, I have the second issue as well. I get a lot of stuff, so it's hard for me to keep track. Now, I haven't read either of them, but I will be, I'm just making sure that we're keeping on top of things. If this was worth me backing the first time, I just want to continue on. Now, if I make a mistake and I'm just not into it, well, so be it. But we're going to just add this one to the collection. Then we have Let's Hunt Monstas. And I did a catch-up tier, and I believe it has like 3 issues, so it's not a huge catch-up, but that besides the point. And this is the kind of stuff that I do typically like. It reminds me a little bit of Berserker, which I definitely enjoyed that, where we're dealing with like a teddy bear beating up things. In this case, it looks like a bunch of like ninjas and stuff like that. And this kind of weird stuff definitely is something that appeals to me. So I definitely want to check it out, and hopefully all goes well there too. And I have War Lion #3. Now, I have the other 2, and this is just like with the Chaos that I just mentioned. I have yet to read them. I just want to stay on top of things, so I didn't want to like read too far into this because I'm always afraid of getting spoilers. But I saw #3. Let's just stick with it. So, hopefully all goes well with these things. So, no worries here. And then we have Popeye, Kaiju Slayer. Now, this is written by the same person who did the Winnie the Pooh Demon Hunter books. And, I'm a big fan of those. They go on their own thing, but seem to pretty much stick true to the character. So I wanted to check this out a little bit further. When this was announced, I was definitely interested. And when it released, I was right on board. So very much looking forward to that. And so we have Gunbrain next. Now this is like a mech comic, but is centered around a soldier and his dog during like a war. And they come across the mech suit. Now this kind of is, it feels a little similar to things like Titanfall and things like that. So we'll see where that goes. This also same creator that did. Oh man, I'm losing it. But it's like where they the console wars. That's the one I'm thinking of. Where your video game consoles are mech suits, and so I want to check out some of the other stuff that they have to offer. And then finally on Kickstarter, we have Voltage and Imperium #1, and this is a one-shot. Now, these were characters introduced in Project Now Assist, one of my favorite series to date. And so, basically, when Paul Thayer said, "Hey, I'm gonna, do a comic on this," I signed right up. I'm collecting everything that he has to offer because I'm really into it. So, I wanted to see what else we got, and I liked what I had to see from them so far in Project Now Assist. They seem to be hero characters, but are also at odds with Project Now Assist because of how they go about their business. So definitely want to check that out. I have nothing from Indiegogo so far this month, or from this month, but I do have something from Fund My Comic. I'm going to start trying to do better with backing more guys over here because I really like this site. And this is Silence Do Good, Electric Dreams. Now, I came across this really while I was doing my live stream that I've started on Wednesdays. And I thought it was a pretty interesting take on Ben Franklin. And I really like things that take an established character that we know, even from like his like actual history, but then are like, hey, actually, we're gonna just kind of mess around with it a little bit and have some fun. Like, I really liked what happened with Joe Frankenstein. We took Frankenstein's monster, and we at a certain point we said, okay, here's where we're gonna now branch off into our own little thing. And so I'm really interested in stuff like that. So I'm expecting good things here. And then that was the only one on Fund My Comic. And then the last book I have is from Ripaverse. It is Saints and Sinners, and again another anthology book. And I'm really excited to see what Critical Drinker does because I did like his oh my goodness, Rambo book. I thought he had a nice little taste of what you can do with storytelling in a comic format, and I wanted to see what he is going to do here in the Ripaverse world. And mostly I'm also really interested in seeing what Mahler does, because story structure matters a whole lot to him, so I'm curious to see how he can translate that into comic as well. And I'm really, really, really excited to see what they are going to do here. But that is all I have for the month of May. I think we got some really good things here. So far, I mean, it is day 1 of June, and I got nothing as of right now backed. And there won't be anything, at least for a little bit. Paycheck was a little light, so I can't really go back in anything. But once I do, yeah, I'll be out there looking. I'll be still doing my Wednesday streams where I can take a look and check those things out. So if you're interested, hop onto my second channel and take a look at things with me. But that is all I have for today, guys. So until next time, take care and God bless.